Brilliance Audio presents the unabridged recording of Sprinkles on Top by Kim Law, performed by Natalie Ross. Prologue.
Not interested.
Zack Winston snapped his mouth shut and focused on the two men staring back at him from the other side of the linen-draped table. Low lighting and the slight clink of utensils on fine china surrounded them as he waited. What he waited for, he wasn't sure. What could they say? He'd made his stance clear. He wasn't interested in getting to know them. That train had passed years ago. And he most certainly wouldn't be heading north to visit their quaint little town.
I hope you'll reconsider,
Cody said. Though the men were identical, it was clear he was the angrier of the two. He'd shown up with a chip on his shoulder the size of Zack's bank account.
We're not talking about moving there.
Cody was working to remain polite, but Zack could see that he wanted to tell him to go to hell. Good for him. The feeling was mutual.
Just visiting,
Cody continued.
Sugar Springs is small, but it's a good town. Cody spent a year there as a teenager, then came back a few months ago.
Nick jumped in.
That's where I found him.
Nick was obviously the peacemaker. Zack watched as Nick rifled through his thoughts, as if searching for anything he could say to win him over. The fact was, nothing they said would win him over. He knew exactly what they were after, and it wasn't brotherly love. Cody and Nick Dalton had shown up at Zack's Atlanta high-rise the evening before, cornering him on the way out of the building. It had taken only one look to know who they were. They bore features strangely similar to his. Same hair, same eyes, same everything. They'd claimed to be his brothers, 1 year younger than his 33. And he couldn't deny the truth. He had brothers, yes. He'd discovered the fact 10 years ago. Adopted into a loving family as a baby, Zack had met his biological mother exactly once, and once had been enough. Pam Dalton had lived in squalor just outside of Nashville. He'd learned all he needed to know about her and his two brothers at that meeting. Now the only questions remaining were, how much money did they want, and when would they get around to asking for it? He balanced his fork on the edge of his gold-trimmed plate, concentrating to keep his expression blank. They didn't need to know that their appearance had thrown him. He'd written them off after his meeting with his biological mother. That's where they would remain. His heart thumped hard against his ribs. Only, why then did...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?